Synopsis of the Books of the Bible. Deuteronomy. By J.N. Darby. All Scripture is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect, truly furnished unto all good works. 2 Timothy 3 verses 16 and 17. Synopsis of the Books of the Bible. By John Nelson Darby. Deuteronomy, chapters 5 to 7. The Ten Commandments and the Great Principles of God's Government in the Land. In Deuteronomy 5 Moses reminds them of the Ten Commandments given in Horeb, and it is to be remarked, that the deliverance out of Egypt, not the rest of God after the work of creation, is the reason he gives for the Sabbath. It became a sign of his covenant with Israel, compare Ezekiel 20. These were the basis of a regular covenant, and God here, as we have seen, governs the people in the land of promise according to their responsibility, as a jealous God. Mercy, beyond the law, only comes in chapter 30. There had been mercy, chapter 10, in giving them back the law and placing them under sparing mercy still. These chapters give us the great principles of God's government in the land, chapters 12 to 29 the terms of it. Reverent fear of God and His Word, with heartfelt love and remembrance of His deliverance. He reminds them of their fear in the presence of the Lord, engages them, in chapter 6, to love God with all their heart, and exhorts them to remember His words in every way, and to keep them, when they should enjoy the land, having nothing to do with other gods. When they should have cast out their enemies, as Jehovah had spoken, and when their children should ask the meaning of the ordinances, they were to tell them of the deliverances and of the signs wrought in Egypt. God's sovereign grace, faithful obedience the channel of blessing. They were to destroy every vestige of false gods, being a people holy to Jehovah. Nor did God set His love upon them on account of their own importance, but because of the election and love of God. He assures them that their faithfulness would also be the channel of blessing, for God would recompense them according to their ways. Neither ought they to fear, after all the signs they had seen. Thus they were a people separate to Jehovah. As to Him, all was sovereign grace, but sure faithfulness. As to them, the ground they were on was the government of God, hence all then depended on their holding fast to Jehovah, and faithful obedience.